I think we ascertained it didn't come up in the field research because the people leading nonprofits, either in those emerging leader positions or the bosses that we interviewed, don't always reflect the constituency they serve in terms of race, power, and privilege. And so we only see the water we swim in, right? So they didn't see that necessarily as big a need as it was. But this came up in a few of our cohorts. So we did make some adjustments to the curriculum to include more content on this. I'm not sure we completely met the needs of our constituents given the time between we found this out and how we could adjust the curriculum that was already in play, but we did the best we could to try to address this for people.
Interesting. We have a question here about action learning teams and how many fellows you had on an action learning team. And I might just add to that as well, if you could, just talk a little bit more about the challenges of action learning projects. That's something that many leadership programs try to include in their programs, and I think a lot of times there are challenges around that because it's not necessarily part of a person's ongoing work, or it seems like something extra that they're taking on above and beyond their jobs. And I wondered how you handled that tension.
Yeah, that was definitely, there were definitely times when that was a greater tension for some than others. We had the limits on the team size, to address that question first, they had to have at least 5 people per team and no more than 7 people per team as they formed their teams. We find in our work with action learning that 4 people is too few. There's not enough people to carry the load of the work, and that more than 7, it gets a little too cumbersome to actually make progress in the time they have. So between 5 and 7 members is sort of ideal, and that led us to having about 4 to 5 teams per cohort. And they ranged in all of those configurations, 5, 6, and